response of sorts. Anyway, yeah, das Spook. Das Spook. It's just wasted time. Anyway, so, you know, I accused him of making accusations in my previous video that he can't back up with anything like that. But anyway, so just making more of them, so it's like half a day. You know, just keep putting things I don't say in my mouth, and yeah, just keep getting the facts wrong. So anyway, he's describing Piro's room as if I came into the room and said, "Oh, we have to change this. You can't be doing this," kind of thing. And no, there was nobody else in the room when I went into the room. And everybody just showed up at the same time, kind of, I guess. But, you know, Piro had gone rambling on for 20 minutes, babbling. I just thought I would pop in and say, "Wow, do you want to talk about something rational or not?" And so anyway, and there was sort of a bit of a reasonable conversation about the nature of consciousness. It sort of gets into the subject of illusions that are real, as I have argued that it is something manufactured in the non-real space of relationship, not in the real space of dishwasher. It's not quite the same thing, manufacturing a consciousness. But anyway, certainly has mechanical parts, but the sound or something, you know what I mean? It does something not associated with the actual dishwashing. Anyway, so you could argue that that's a reasonable extension of some illusion category. But frankly, this whole very idea of having serious conversations about illusions in any other way but to debunk them, you know, as being illusions, as being misperceptions of reality. And so, yeah, so either we're going to talk about delusions, you know, misidentifications of the truth, or we can say, here's some things that happen that are illusionary or difficult to grasp, consciousness, and let's talk about that. But I'm just saying consciousness is the only illusion okay, that I will accept rational, something worthy of rational conversation. The rest of the illusions are just that, meaningless. You know, they're fake. They're not accurate descriptions of reality. You've been fooled by your compulsion, your desires. And that's the problem with so anyway, his accusation that I had some, you know, will to thwart your conversation about religion is just a lie. Do all that you want. I'll just laugh at it. But the point is Piro came into my room, and you know, I'll let him make some kind of statement, and the expectation should be that there's going to be an argument about it. You know, that we have disagreement. That's obvious. And so if the rule is I'm not allowed to disagree fundamentally with the nonsense he's talking when I go into his room, well, that deal's off. So just tell Piro. Well, Piro left a comment on Dispute's video. Yeah, I'm glad you got it. It's about illusions or whatever. And so do you think that's getting it, Piro? I mean, you had a room where you just kept changing the subject, which is logically incoherent. It's not an illusion to call it logically incoherent if you're going to keep changing the subject. That's like changing goalposts. It's not logical. Yeah, logicians will tell you that. Damn, I knew it'd go out. It's been one of those fucking days. You know, fuck people. I mean, with kids. So yeah, kids are kids. They're stupid. But I mean, people just don't take any responsibility for them. You know, I mean, I cut the grass for free for these idiots because yeah, they got it rough. And poor and all that kind of crap. And they're fucking moron kids. Put a bunch of rocks in the fucking yard. You know, so I hit one of them. You know, I don't know what the plan was. They had dug a big rock out of the middle of the yard. I saw that and I fixed it. I didn't know they had pulled a bunch of little rocks out and thrown them all about. So, you know, lawnmower smashes the rock, I get a splinter in my goddamn leg of the rock. It bends the fuck out of the blade. Gotta take that off and hammer it back straight. And now the drive shaft is bent. So yeah, now my fucking lawnmower is a Tyrannosaurus vibrator. Anyway, yeah, it's just fucking people. Yeah, they're just so not useful. They just don't know anything anymore. They're just so fucking stupid. They don't have to live in the real world. You know, they hire it done. Anyway, I'm just saying. So it's just a big fake accusation that I came into a room full of people talking phantasmagorical stuff and thought I would just interrupt them with a little bit of reality. That's not how it happened, shithead. I was in the room before you, jackass. But anyway, yeah, so Piro, know what? Fuck you, all right? If you're going to talk anything close to a phantasm, if you're going to say the word quantum, you can't come into my room, all right? So we'll just make it a fair rule. If you think Das Spook is accurately describing the circumstance, fuck you, weasel. Don't come into my room. And if you come into my room, as soon as you say the word quantum, you're out of my room. How's that? You religious fuck. You fucking kooky religious people keep wanting to own the agenda. Well, fuck you. Anyway, so I'll play the rest of this fucking idiotic video. It's an hour and 20 minutes of this where he's just going to do some more cheap, and I do mean cheap, like not even 10-cent analysis, just making a bunch of useless personal accusations. He doesn't even get it. I mean, the reason why I say you're fat and stupid is because I'm just making some, jackass accusation to you, just as the same thing you're doing, you moron. You really have gotten stupider and stupider. You're not arguing the argument ever anymore. You keep thinking it's an argument to say everybody has to placate your, personal experience with your own demented psychology, and everybody has to play along. Well, they don't. All right? I don't have to take your crack shit fucking testimony seriously at all, because it fits into a category of on drugs, whatever, crazy person, okay? I really just don't have to listen to somebody who says they have dinner with God every evening. Sincere as they may be, just no obligation to waste my time dissecting the veracity of their delusions. So anyway, like Piro, it seems to be alive. Anything that moves, look, it seems to be alive. Look, it seems to be alive. It seems that way. It reacted. I kicked it. It obviously said ouch and ran away. Yeah, that's what happened. There wasn't physics or chemistry going on. No, it said ouch and ran away from my foot. Why should any rational person who's graduated the 5th grade waste their time having conversations about, well, do you think it's possible the stick could feel it and it's possible the stick could jump away? Because the quantum said it was a good idea. They can do almost anything. They can go to Mars and back without us even knowing it. Yeah, fuck the speed of light. Irrelevant. Quantum can do anything. Yeah. Off to random. Jesus, what to do? It's a pool cover. Has some holes in it, so it's hard to get the water out of it, and you're gonna ride. It's work. It's never done. Anyway, it's one of those days. Until next time. Such. Alright, back indoors. Oh, long day. Cinder block lifting, not good for me. But pool, good for me. So, pool is now a pool, but clean, blah blah blah. Other work to do yet. Anyway, so, not spooky.
So we'll just play a little bit of this and we'll just move along. I think I'll jump to Anacondavad and Holiday just for fun. But they're all idiots, right? It's all this value subjectivism, bullshit crap. Or in Dasbuk's case, somehow the universe has some other plan for us. It's not evolution and consumption, reproduction, addiction, and parasitism. No parasites on Earth. He's not a parasite, no.
Gary's suffering is a bad, quote-unquote, negative experience. So that goes for all Garys, I assume, right? Of course not. He's referring to you.
Okay, so of course not. So I don't understand the difference, right? So you want to tell me that the other Garys are different than me? Okay, fine. I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense to me. I respect my consciousness, not because it's mine, but because it's a consciousness. Consciousness is the respectable commodity, not mine. It's like the child thing again. Child is the important word. My child, not important. The my part, irrelevant. The value properties are held by the child, not by the owner. People really do have just a slave mentality, right? You're just, you'd be just great, back in the abolition movement and such. Obviously, just find defenses for the owners. It's their property, It's their desire. Why are you interfering? They're just doing their thing, owning people. It's no big deal. People aren't people. They're only people to themselves, and that doesn't mean anything. It's not a real value. It's only a fake one in their head. They're not recognizing value. They're making it up. It's just amazing. So really, all these assholes are in the same category of asshole. It's the same jibber jabber. I don't know, why am I back at this far back? I thought it was rather boring until about here or so. I only played 3 minutes of it, so let's just play with it some more. So he keeps mispronouncing my name. Addendum, inmendham. It's okay with me. I mean, I call him Anta-Kunta-Cad, because he's a cunt and a cad. So that's okay with me. But I guess he ought to call me in Bedlam or something. I mean, make it a funny, mispronunciation. But to mispronounce it by accident, how can you mispronounce inmendham? In the context of, like, it's not like I have 10 subscribers or something. I could understand if I just showed up with inmendham written somewhere and nobody could get that right. But fuck, I've been around 7 years. I think you've heard the name said. Addendum? I mean, it's just not even close.
Yeah, anybody who studied Epicurus will tell you that there's a big difference between those two. But there's no real overt pleasure, as I define the term, in riding a bicycle. The only thing that I would advise that is pleasurable, I suppose, is the occasional feeling of the wind, going over.
Right. Well, no one's arguing that the riding of the bicycle is pleasurable. So again, you just keep ignoring the subject. I mean, people say it right to your face. You're not doing it for the pleasure of a moment. You're doing it for some other purpose. You're doing it to improve your health or for some future benefit. But it's for a future benefit, one you perceive, one you are actually seeing sitting there in front of you. This will be the benefit if I do this. I will be more physically fit, or I'll be refreshed later, or I'll, wear off some of my sexual energy and I won't have to rape any women or anything. I mean, you have some purpose in doing it for some goal that is a pleasure. Jeez.
Your head when it's particularly hot out and, it cools you off a bit. The rest of it really isn't very pleasurable at all. I have repetitive strain injury, as I've told everybody.
Oh, gee, I mean, again, I just don't know how you can mess this up. The point is, your brain has a psychological reason to see purpose in it. Not all gains are immediate. Some of them we actually know we have to wait a minute. We do. That's logical. Sometimes you have to, get the ticket and then walk over there to collect your ice cream. That's the way it works. you still see the value. I'm just too stupid. Alright, well, let's go to Hoffa, baby. He's funny. Alright, so he said in the other video, just overtly again, he just keeps doing this. Suffering is only significant because the person who's suffering it thinks it's significant. So it's not significant outside of their own silly notion. It's a silly notion in your head to think that negative sensations are intrinsically negative. No, that's just a notion in your head. There's no negative quality to the sensation itself, and the experience of it is not negative. And so he would just say everybody should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, because there's no real consequences ever, because it's just silly crap in people's silly heads. Fuck.
As inmendham will put it, it's a description of reality that we have moral intuition.
Alright, we have moral intuitions. So this is a description. This is his description of reality. What moral intuitions do we have? Bigotry? Yeah, we love our sisters and brothers and our parents more than other people. Why? Bigotry. No good reason. We don't do it by reason. We do it by association and whatever that is. By brainwashing, effectively. By being obliged to live with them and grow attached to them. That's it. Nothing else. To grow dependent. Like a relationship with your fucking ugly fucking dog. It's bigotry. It's not a moral intuition. Bigotry, a moral intuition. My mother's better than your mother. That's a moral intuition. No, it's a fucking bigotry. Shit, what an idiot. Nature gives us all the knowledge we need. Not even fucking close, dumbass. We are born with the moral intuition to be a fucking selfish son of a bitch. Oh, God, what an idiot. I mean, he's just a preposterous fucking idiot. Alright, so back to, yeah, a little bit more of the spook, and then I'm going to go eat my dinner.
Harry's subjective internal experience of pain that he is mapping the word bad to as a value ascription. That's what he's saying.
Right, so again, but that mapping isn't a rational mapping. It's not logical, it's not the truth. I'm fucktarded for thinking that pain is bad. To associate unpleasant, revolting, horrible sensations with the word bad is illogical. I fundamentally made a mistake logically. It's a dumb thing to do. Calling negative sensations, horrible sensations, bad. That's retarded, right? Fuck you, stupid shit.
It's scary. But yes, I'll agree. Dairy suffering is a bad thing.
Dairy suffering is a bad thing. Now, it can't get any clearer than that, right? Yes. And any Gary suffering is a bad thing. Yes. And anybody else suffering is a bad thing. Yes.
And that's different from this statement somehow. And the statement, it is bad, negative for Gary to be experiencing suffering. There you go. I don't see any difference between those two statements. My suffering is a bad thing. It's bad.
Oh, we're doing this twice. I mean, moving along.
Okay, that's all he's got, really, right? He can't parse the difference between the internal subjective state and a...
That's not what he described. So if he would have said, Gary thinks he is suffering. He thinks the suffering is bad. He could have said it that way. And then I would have said, well, yes, he does think that, but he thinks that for a rational reason, because he's felt the sensations, and he's perfectly capable of recognizing the difference between a fucking cupcake and a nail in his fucking eye, because he's not as stupid as you retards.
Objective, shared dialogue, a discourse with other human beings via language, noting that they are having language speaking about value, speaking...
No, just trying to describe, is there something like a significant event in the universe? Okay, so let's look around, see if we can find a significant event, okay? This pen is sitting on my desk. Is that a significant event? No, it doesn't look too fucking significant. The pill bottle has the pills in it and shakes when I shake it, okay? Is that a significant event? No, it's not terribly significant. Okay, I can go through all the zillions of things all around me, and when I get to my fucking sentient brain, all of a sudden, yeah, that looks pretty fucking significant. Alright, there's significant sensations happening. There's this huge, giant difference between, like, nail in the eye sensations and cupcake sensations. There's incredibly fucking significant shit going on in there. Fuck. Alright, I go eat dinner now. Play some, well, let's play some more.
Hermetically about somebody else's experience, internal experience.
No, I'm not talking about their somebody else's experience beyond the fact that it exists. I'm acknowledging its existence, and I'm saying their experience is significant, and the fact that they're a experience capable individual makes it important what they experience. So how they are influenced to experience is important. It's important they're not on the gurney having their fucking nails, their eyes nailed. It's important that that doesn't happen. Duh. Me smart. Me figure that out. Fuck. Alright, I'm back. Yeah. I get tired. Worn out. I'm just too old for this physical labor shit. Anyway, let's start with holiday. What the hell? I don't know where I left off, but we'll just continue. Yes, that's my microwave.
Question of morality is, in my opinion, and certain others,
Volume's low on your videos.
which of those are correct and true, as determined by logic?
Right. Now, there's no point in you doing logic, right, without accurate premises. So if your premise is there's no value, absolutely, intrinsically, in sentient experience, in feelings themselves, there's no real conversation, right? There's no way to have a conversation, because if you don't value the sensations, then all you have is some sensational reaction. So any hysterical reaction, it's like asking people what color they like, or what scares them, or what food makes them sick. That would not be anything useful philosophically. You wouldn't ask somebody, well, we're going to figure out what the right food to eat is, so we're just going to ask people what kind of food makes them sick. It just wouldn't make sense to do it that way. I mean, you'd find some other way. You wouldn't say, here's some computers, which one's prettiest? That would be stupid. Really stupid. Which one makes you feel like it computes the best? Which one feels like a computer? That'd be idiotic. But you don't understand, so no point, because you just don't understand. Alright, back to cunt.
Gripping the handlebars gets annoying after a while, but I put up with it.
Yeah, you just keep saying this. I'm growing up.
Nethers get tired because I have a prehistoric bicycle that I refuse to part with, and there's no suspension.
I think we already heard this
when you
part
ride a bike
somehow.
like that for 3.
I think we already heard this, didn't we? Nether parts.
There's not a great amount of pleasure involved in that.
Right, okay,
But
with that part.
what is it that's happening to me when I see, say, the way that the wind is blowing in the trees, the leaves, and it enchants me in some way?
Right, so if it didn't enchant you in some way, then you just have a stupid bike ride, right? So again, you're doing it because somehow you're enchanted by it. Yeah, we all have things that enchant us. Some people do sex certain ways because they find it enchanting. Some people do, like, yeah, I'm going to stick my dick in her asshole. Somehow that makes sense to them because they're enchanted by it. I don't find it an enchanting orifice. So yeah, I don't stick anything in. I just pretend it doesn't exist, frankly. It's just poopy. So yeah, I don't have any interest in it. It doesn't enchant me. Yeah. So what does this have to do with philosophy? Oh yeah, nothing.
Inmendham actually said that, yeah, he understands that.
Inmendham.
The cigarette thing. So, yeah, okay, you
Coughing
get that,
a
right?
cigarette thing. I mean, I've never had a smoker's cough. And it's just really irrelevant. Yeah, I'm addicted to cigarettes. If I had my life to live over again, I wouldn't have gotten addicted to nicotine. You want to make some commentary about cigarettes? That's okay. I mean, frankly, I don't want to live, okay, past emphysema years or something. I wouldn't want. I really have no interest in being a 7-year-old man. Okay, I've seen 70-year-old men. I've seen 80-year-old men. I've seen 90-year-old men. And I wouldn't want to live a fucking day of their life, okay? It's a pretty sucky, dilapidated, useless, bump on a log kind of life. It really is. And I certainly don't really fucking know 80-year-old women. No, I don't want to do that.
There's a difference between eating a chocolate bar and an atavistic joy, or atavistic feeling of satisfaction, whatever you want to call that.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, I guess I have to go look up atavistic. Okay, is that some sort of religious thing? I didn't know. I just figured it was some sort of, some sort of feeling. Atavistic. I don't know what that means. So yeah, I don't really care to know. Another gay word as far as I'm concerned.
That moment where, this is it. I wouldn't put that in the same category as an orgasm, or getting a massage, or eating something.
You wouldn't call a massage atavistic? I mean, I'm sure if the definition of atavistic, whatever it is, I think what you feel with a good massage is pretty atavistic. But whatever. Who cares? You say there's special good feelings, and then there's special good feelings. Whatever. To me, they're all fucking either good, or they're not good. Atavistic, smatavistic. Again, so you say when you're watching the ballet, and you're holding your pinky out, drinking some English tea, and eating some English cheese, you're experiencing an experience that somehow is more of an experience than a retard jerking off. I don't think so. I really don't. I think that's just elitist bullshit.
Delicious, or having sex. Although, there is some, at least atavism, if there's an emotional investment in the sexual act, and, that makes that much better, and everybody will tell you that.
Everybody will? I don't think so. Emotional investment is a tricky word. I think if you do it creatively, okay, yeah, you can get more out of it. But I just don't know about this. It's somehow getting more out of it isn't necessarily like it's better. It's just more. So more is better sometimes when it comes to good stuff, right? If you can make the good experience last longer, that's sort of a good idea. Right, yeah. Build yourself up to it. All that shit. But love, I don't know, love is all swell and super, but, what's the word for it? It comes with burdens and liabilities, which are, there's all kinds of problems in people's lives, and then those problems end up sliding their way into the bedroom, and that's very bad. So anyway, back to this jerk.
It's hermeneutically in that they are trying to empathize with what it is that they might be going through, and calling that, yes, if that is anything like what I have experienced, that is bad.
Yes, well, see, that's the difference, though. You're saying they have to empathize or something. No, they don't have to do any of that. You just have to respect something. You don't have to like it or empathize. You just respect it. It's like you could hate rats, but know that you don't want to kill one slowly or do something harmful to it, because even if you hate rats, you know, it feels, and you respect the fact that it feels. It's like if there's a, you know, it just isn't that hard to understand that you don't squander suffering, because it's precious.
As opposed to just Gary saying, "Oh, ouch," you know, exclaiming, expressing a bad. You know, he's like, there's no difference. It's just bad, right? So he's got this categorical one badness. He's going to lay over these two. He's like,
Yeah, in and of themselves, this is what sensations are. In and of themselves. Now maybe you can make some bargain where you're going to trade off this much of this suffering for this much of that pleasure or gratification. And yeah, we do that all the time. We solve some bigger problem by creating some little problem. All the time.
right?
It's bad that I'm suffering. Let me just play it again because it'll be worth it.
Okay.
I'm sure in the end.
Play it again. Play it again, guys.
Understand, like, simple concepts, like what Hoffman is trying to explain to him. Like, I was about to...
See, Hoffa is trying to explain to him, and I mean, you won't even admit that he didn't say this right. He didn't articulate his point correctly. He did it incorrectly.
Oh, look, Hoffman Day is an idiot. Again, like I said, he can't tell the difference between a world covered with people who have a nail in their eye and a world covered with people who are eating cupcakes. He doesn't think there's a real difference. He thinks there's only individuals going ouch, and that doesn't matter. So as long as it's just individuals going ouch, there's no difference. Somehow.
Okay, you know, this is really interesting because, you know, Gary, I knew my philosophy at the age of 7, and I just wasn't confident enough to state it and say, no, all this pain is so bad.
Yeah, well, you can mock it, but the point is I'm mocking you. That's right, a 7-year-old can do all of this. A fucking dumb 7-year-old can do this. Until you fucktarded, pussy shit, wishy-washy, fucking leprechaun chasers, okay, fuck with their head. And that's what the human race has done. It's created mumbo jumbo all over the fucking place. Fucking gods, fucking astrology, fucking bullshit purposes, bullshit missions, okay, and confused the fuck out of people. So that's right. And certainly the culture tried to, you know, tell me I was wrong, okay, but they didn't succeed in selling their lies and bullshit.
And yet, so, from 7 to however in his 50s years old now, we'll just say 43 years, assuming that he's 50.
55, but whatever, who cares?
Okay, 43 years, you know, Gary graduated, morphed, mutated, evolved, became what? Is he a philanthropist? Is he sending away his money? Did he save up his money that he gets from welfare of the government, from cleaning pools, from wherever the fuck he's getting his money? Did he save up $100 and buy a plane ticket to Haiti? And
why would I buy a plane ticket to Haiti except to tell the Haitians to fucking put a cork in their skanky vaginas?
Bring down that $100 or buy $100 worth of canned food. Is he laboring at...
What does this shit have to do? Is this a philosophical argument? No, it's nothing. It's absolute crap. But that's all you're capable of spewing is crap. Religious crap or personally irrelevant crap. You're just crap. So that's what you've become. Crap. Bravo, crap. Ugh, what a waste. I mean, Das Spook used to be intelligent, but yeah, now he's just an asshole. Like all these tubby fellows.
That is, what does logic have to do, and reason, to inform us about what we ought to do?
Yes, well, I don't even know what to do with that. It informs our emotional self. That's what it does. It creates an understanding, context. So when you see somebody drunk, and you see somebody drunk get into a car, you also see car in tree, you know, with baby carriage in the windshield. Okay, and that's what makes you understand. Oh, I see the whole picture here now. Yes, I see, and the baby carriage with the bloody baby is, you know, impaled on a stick on a tree. And we know this is not a good thing. Yeah, and then we emotionally react and say, I got to go stop that motherfucker.
Now, Michael Sandel often phrases the question.
Who the fuck cares? Again, you're this name-dropping shit like everybody should love your little fucking religious heroes or something. No. Douchebag. Michael douchebag. Okay. Who cares? Asshole. Douchebag.
In a naturalistic, malicious kind of way, in that he wants to have an explanation of our moral intuitions, something that fits.
Yeah, right, whatever. An explanation by what? Biology. Again, we don't have moral intuitions. We have cultural programming, asshole. Alright, maybe that's what you're calling a moral intuition? I mean, Kant was obviously a stupid motherfucker if he thought the ideas tradition give us are somehow great ideas. Because they're not.
It's nature, and is an accurate description of the intuition.
Again, nature is just going to make bigots. That's what nature does. It makes bigoted, stupid motherfuckers. Bigoted, selfish, stupid motherfuckers. Now, if that's the best you can do is be a fucking flatworm, because frankly, that's the only moral intuition nature's going to give you. And if it gives you any social fucking ethical dynamic, again, it's going to be social, which means you'll commit genocide against another tribe of chimpanzees that may be the spawn of your grandfather's children, your grandfather's brother's children. But you're too stupid, because you're a dumb monkey, to know better. So that's some sort of grand, smart intuition. It was brilliant intuition for the fucking Europeans to come to North America and start slaughtering people who were just 40,000 years ago their brother. No, I don't think it was too fucking smart. Fuck you, you're such a fucking idiot. Oh God, these people are just so fucking stupid.
How would you describe love as a pleasure?
I wouldn't bother with the word love, okay? Because it really doesn't mean shit, okay? Do you mean love like, wow, she sure makes my dick hard? God damn it, she's fucking hot. You mean love like, oh, we've been friends for years and we sort of know each other's foibles and we sort of can get along with each other and we don't hate each other's guts most of the time, so let's call ourselves in love. What the fuck does this stupid shit word mean? I mean, it's just, people just keep throwing it out like everybody's supposed to say, yeah, I know what that means. No, it doesn't mean shit. I have loved people hard and passionately, not for any other reason, because they were goddamn beautiful. And that's it. And then I've loved people because they were the most, they were like the little engine that could. And you just had to love them because they just kept on trying to, you know, burn a little more track. And no matter what got in their way, whatever kept poking at them and whamming at them, you just said, "Oh man, there, yeah, you gotta be on that fucker's side." That's sympathetic, right? So that's sympathy. So that's not love, right? I mean, it's just a bullshit word. Why play with a bullshit word? Bullshit word.
Some people will say, no, we're programmed to love in order to procreate. Rubbish, I don't believe that. That's God talk.
That's God talk, right, sure. We get hard dicks. He's going to say we don't get hard dicks to procreate. Fuck you, you're an idiot. I mean, this is just such a stupid argument to make. How can you have a conversation with a premise this idiotic? You're going to deny natural selection. You're going to deny that we have the parts that we have the tools that we have the programming that we have psychologically because it was effective in fighting the fight. And that's the only reason why we have them. The gladiators only have weapons that work in the theater. They don't take a frickin' whatever, salad fork, okay? They don't, or a soup spoon, you know, into the gladiator arena. No, they take the tools that work. And they work because they've been tested by evolution by killing zillions of gladiators. I mean, you really, this is, you know, and then for you offensively to reference this as being God theory. No, you're the one with the God theory that denies natural selection as the primary cause for our existence in the form we are in. You're the one with the fucking God theory, you religious fucking kook. You're the one afraid to be called an atheist. I mean, it's offensive for you to fucking imply that because somebody takes biological science seriously, they're religious. Fuck you for that. It's a bullshit slander, you fucking cunt. I mean, really, it's just disgusting. A fucking rapist, you know, calling other people imposers. Ugh. Disgusting. These people just suck.
Actively, and okay, now that might throw the onus back on me. What have I done for charity? Well, I don't know. Not that it's any big deal, but soup kitchens, yes.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I feed 4 homeless cats. I'd say they probably are more. They've earned it more than the people going to a soup kitchen, who are usually just selfish cunts who have pretty much made a wreck of their life just being selfish cunts. But anyway, who cares? This whole charity shit, this whole bullshit. When did I say I give a fuck about any of this crap? I'm talking philosophy. I'm talking about a description of reality, you fucking lunatic. Save this bullshit of my personal life crap for some other conversation for which I could not give a shit, you flabby motherfucking cunt. I'm not making videos about what a great human being I am, asshole. Even though I am a great human being, especially compared to fucking useless pieces of shit like you. But I don't make any videos about me being a great human being, you idiot.
Of philanthropy and world hunger. But to generate,
when
humans do not have to, and then everyone go extinct, you know, you still have to destroy the other sentient animals to do this. So he's got this.
So this has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation in Pierrot's room at all, right? Nothing. We were talking about consciousness and the nature of it, which you won't deal with, and now you're jumping to the conclusion argument, which is, yes, that's right, living things are just a wreck. They're fucking parasites. Period. They'll just make more messes, so you stop them from making more messes. Imposing things need to be imposed upon. That's just the fact of it. Now, if there's some way to make them sterile, let's go for that. But if not, you just wipe out one generation and then you don't have to kill any more. No one else dies. No more cancer. We cure all the diseases.
Mastermind desire. The effortless blow up red button, blow up the universe desire. Which,
well, again, it's not a desire, it's a solution. It's called, you know, the cure is prevention. That's the cure. That's the trick of it, right? Okay? Ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure, worth a ton of band-aids. That's the way it works. Band-aids suck, cure sucks, prevention, all win. Too dumb for that one, too.
Which is dandy in all of its stupendously, outrageously, absurdly large. One might even call the dream of doing such a thing phantasmagorical.
Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, right. It's not possible, huh? Is that what you're going to argue? So we're almost to the point where we've ruined the biosphere, and human beings are going to start choking on it. And you're going to tell me it's just impossible. It's a phantasmagorical dream. Yeah, that something as fragile as a DNA molecule can't be stopped. I think it can.
Phantasmagorical, Gary. Okay, so Anyway, whatever. It's value ethics, right? It's philosophy, as he puts it, and these are value ethics. And so, okay, here we go.
It's only a difference to the individuals. It's not a real difference or a meaningful difference. Nothing to see here.
Right, okay. Now, he's saying that Hofladay is just seeing people say ouch, and that's all it is. It's not a meaningful difference between him and the other people saying ouch, right?
No, what he is saying is that it's just happening to the individual and that they're all delusional. There is no absolute fact that their suffering does in fact suck. It is not in fact bad. They just think it is. That's his argument. And it's ludicrous.
Yet, to what extent, once again, to what extent is Gary actualizing the reduction of suffering of concurrent living?
Reduction to what? Yeah, the fact. It exists and it's bad. Wow. Again, we're back to a 7-year-old, right? Yes. Nail in my eye. Hurt, hurt, bad, bad. Gee. What a bold and incredible philosophical statement. Yeah. Woof.
Sentient entities. I proclaim, I insist, I'm putting forward the idea that his real ethic...
Whatever. You're just another one of these fucking egotistical fucktards who think you're worth it. You're worth giving a kid cancer. You're worth it. There's something you're doing that's so fucking cool that it'd be worth injecting a kid with cancer. Pathetic.
Pragmatic, grounded, ontological fact of how he will move through life is based on some periphery of care.
Whatever that is even means. How I will move through life. Again, this is about philosophy, not how I will move through life. It's about what life is. Life is a parasitic infestation on the surface of the planet the living things have called Earth. And that's all it is. Sense organs to better, rip their faces off with. I mean, it's just Little Red Riding Hood. It's just, yeah, we're just machines. We exist to consume. And we do it badly. Yeah. Nothing else. There's no, yeah, that's enough. But again, you're too stupid. Too fucking stupid.
To what Addendum brought up.
Addendum again. Addendum. I mean, it's got the in part. How can you? I don't know how you can keep fucking up the in part, right? Indendum. I don't know what addendum. I mean, indendum. I mean, it's not even close. There is a D, but I mean, there's that whole mendham before there.
A couple of days ago in Pyro's room, that there's something up there that's programming everything to do something, or something in everything that's programming something to do. No, I don't.
Whatever. Puro said that? Or are you accusing me? I didn't say anything. It's up there. Who said that? I didn't even see Puro do the up there part, but whatever.
That's all rubbish. Again, that's religion sneaking into atheism. There's nothing programming anything.
No, that's good.
That there's something up there. How would you describe love? As a pleasure. Some people will say, no, we're programmed to love in order to procreate. Rubbish. I don't believe that. That's God talk. That's exactly what Addendum brought up a couple of days ago in Pyro's room. That there's something up there that's programming everything to do something, or something in everything that's programming something to do. No, I don't. That's all rubbish.
So he was saying, I was saying that was rubbish, I think. So what is this? What is he getting to here?
Again, that's religion sneaking into atheism. There's nothing programming anything. It's all just a bunch of animals growing, breeding, eating, dying.
Right, but they're programmed to do that. So again, it's just silly to sit there and say nothing's programming anything when you are programmed to be hungry. It's a program. You're programmed to breathe. It's a program. Your heart beats based on a program. It's programmed to do it. the cycle. It's built into the structure. You don't make it happen. You, with your magic powers, don't make it happen. Your religious magic powers. These things come from somewhere. They don't come from nowhere. Yes, we are animals, programmed by natural selection, which is essentially environmental selection.
End of story. There's no teleology, no purpose, no...
Well, whatever, no teleology. I mean, there's no point in saying something like that, because that isn't, I mean, there is a narrative. There is a reason why we are conformed the way we are conformed. It does have an explanation.
Function. Nothing. There's no programming going on. We don't breed for any reason at all.
Okay, can anybody, I mean, really, I mean, this is, what are we talking about? This is like third grade biology. We don't breed for any reason at all. I mean, I would argue that people make the decision to have kids for no good reason at all. But certainly the fact that human beings in the past especially had kids without wanting to, by having sex, that they were compelled to do by nature, if you're going to deny that, that's just silly. It's just preposterously silly. It's too fucking silly. Isn't this too silly? How can, so yeah, but it's always the same crowd of lunatics who keep rewarding this asshole for saying something as silly as that. I mean, where are you people? You can't point out how silly that statement is? Huh? Curious as to how you explain the existence of these complex behaviors and why you think the program metaphor necessarily implies teleology. Well, it necessarily implies a story, an explanation. But yes, so apparently in this video he doesn't explain it, so at least however Blubber pushes him on that. But why don't you just say, how can you possibly assert that there's no connection between natural selection and sexual compulsion? I mean, I can't even, the very nature of the egg and the sperm is like a giveaway. I mean, if sex had no purpose, there wouldn't be any sperm and there wouldn't be any eggs. I mean, limited purpose evolutionarily. So, anyway, it's just a too stupid conversation, right? Yeah, it's too stupid. We'll do a little more Dust Spook and then just say, enough of this shit. So, Dust Spook's videos forever. I don't know if I want to bother with it. It's just a fucking rag.
Like, I will care for my cat. I will care for the neighbor's cats. If another human is within my vicinity, I will help them out in some means. It's not, it's limited to the scope of what one...
Right, and I wouldn't make any cats, and I would have a law passed that if anybody made cats and didn't have homes for cats, that they go to jail because it's disgusting and horrible to force animals into existence and then not take care of them.
Human could do, but by no means is he, Mother Teresa. He'd rather spend money on a new computer, or getting his website up, or getting something going,
Mother Teresa isn't a very good example because she basically said she was living a lie. So I'm not a liar. So fuck you, fatty. You're fat and stupid still. You're continuing to be fat and stupid.
But he is assuming somehow that he's going to convince us that he does care.
I don't know if anybody can convince lunatics, so yeah, maybe I'm not going to convince lunatics. But what I'm going to do is make a rational argument. And I don't think somebody's going to make a rational argument that's on the subject, which you aren't on the subject. So again.
About all these ouches, right? As opposed to just stating a logical value ethic of my pain bad, their pain bad, that's equivalent, right? He's also...
Where haven't I just done that? I've done that overtly. I've said it overtly. We might wish to think we're more important, but we're not. As a practical, real fact. My happiness, my comfort is not better comfort than somebody else's comfort. It's just a fact. Fat and stupid.
The asshole accuses me of not being able to paraphrase, his argument that pain is bad and suffering is bad, and we're here to reduce suffering.
I didn't say we are here to reduce suffering. What I've said and argued is it's a crime to waste it. That's what I've said.
And so don't have kids.
To say, so I'm like, Gary, do you understand the difference, let's say, between these two statements? Gary's suffering is a bad, quote-unquote, negative experience, and the statement, it is bad, negative, for Gary to be experiencing suffering.
So again, I mean, he really didn't say two statements that are that different enough. He had to someone, it was somewhere in one of those statements, he says, he has to say, Gary believes, or Gary thinks. But he forgot to do that part. And you people are just showing how cheap shot you are, that you won't even admit you didn't say it right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, frankly, I don't know. The semantic parsing there is so thin. I don't know what the difference could possibly be. Suffering be bad. Gary, Larry, Barry, doesn't matter. And anyway, so let's see what the response is. I haven't seen this yet, but I just I could.
So yeah, where's your response? Oh yeah, no response, huh? Yeah, because you can't say it isn't. Yeah, can you? No. You can't really explain how whatever it is, it's the same for Larry, Jerry, Mary, and Barry. It's all the same fucking shit. So whatever it is for me, it is for all of them too. So if you say it's nothing because I'm just making it up, then you're saying it. All of them are just making it up too, and then you might as well just stick nails in your eye all fucking goddamn day. They're cheaper than cupcakes. Alright, anyway, enough. So till next time and such. I have better things to do.